Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. This is just going to be quick. It's just something to definitely, through the spirit, keep an eye on, to pay attention. And this is just in regards to, I've seen the reports coming out, obviously through some of these TikTok, wannabe TikTok prophets or whatnot, just touching on the fact that this program that, because last year, there was this program to basically bail out these banks, right? So with that being said, because when you go into it with this program, these banks are basically borrowing money, all right, and even more so with this program, and I laugh because this debt bubble, man, it's a matter of time, all right, and this shit really just pops, because, to spare the details, I'm just trying to keep it brief, man, because this shit is going to be crazy, all right, and, I've touched on over the weeks about how a lot of these billionaires, basically selling their stocks, getting rid of the stocks and things of that nature, and even more so, you got countries I've touched on most recently, like Egypt and many other countries, more and more basically dumping the dollar. So it's all more fuel to the fire. But to go back to this program with the banks, the banks being bailed out, and with these banks borrowing a whole lot of money, more money than they would typically borrow, right? Again, long story short, this program is set to end on March 11th. That's what's being said. That's what's being reported. And it's going to be rather interesting because, again, if this program does in fact end, or once it comes to an end, again, these banks, somehow, some way, in some shape, form, fashion, they're going to have to pay all this money back. All right. And the way that I look at it, two things could take place. One, either this shit just completely collapses, or two, they're just going to print more money out of thin air. They're going to print more money out of thin air, which is going to cause, of course, more inflation, you see. But it's going to be rather interesting to see what happens, And I was thinking about a few precepts, well, one in particular, because it came out, that, as far as the dollar's worth, see if I can look this up real quick. Bear with me. Because if they in fact do print more money out of thin air, man. Because I think someone said something about the dollar. As far as its value, And I'm just trying to see. Bear with me. Because like I said, man, if they end up printing more money out of thin air, that's going to devalue the dollar even more, right? Because like I said, and I'm trying to find it, but they were saying something like 22 cents on the dollar. You know, that's pretty much what, you know, because the dollar's, you know, more and more is being devalued, right? And that's as of right now, somewhere 20, 21, 22 cents on the dollar. And last year it was supposedly 40 cents to the dollar, but they were saying something about if they do print out more money come this bailout, well, once this program ends, you know, obviously it's going to be a lot less than that, you know, somewhere 10, 11 cents on the dollar, which again, more inflation. So it's just going to be a shitstorm, a whirlwind, you know. But let me get this. You know, what beautiful times we're in, you know, just as a little side note, you know, because there's some jakes right now, and it only makes sense, you know. There's some jakes right now that are basically getting, you know, some sort of popularity because polygamy is coming back, you know. And because it only makes sense, you know, because of the times that we're in, times being tough, you know. And when it comes to polygamy, I always tell people, I always tell this demon of mine, you know, because more than just having all these bitches and, you know, popping all these women. Nah, man, you know, it's a business. All right, more income, you know, just more stability. I always say when it's done right, it's beautiful when it's done right. You see, I even try to tell this demon, you know, because that's like the worst case scenario for these women, you know. It's the fact that, you know, man dealing with multiple women. That's like the worst thing, which, you know, just show you how these women, they don't have wisdom at all. Because if anything, when it comes to a polygamous relationship, a man having multiple women is going to benefit the women more than the men. If anything, you know, it's going to benefit the women more than the men. But they got to find out, you know, one way or the other, they're going to find out. And I'll just say all that to bring this out real quick in Leviticus 26. And Leviticus 26, verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall break your bread in one oven. Slakia. 10 women, I'll read it again, Leviticus 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, you see, because that's what Yahweh Shem Shah, that's what he's doing, you know. More and more, he's stripping people's comforts. Things are getting tough, you know, things are getting tight. You got all these women crying on TikTok, crying on Instagram and shit about, you know, just how times are tough, man, you know. And you see, you know, people are going to find out that we weren't just talking crazy. Sorry from the apostles. All right. We weren't just talking crazy, you know, because now more and more, you know, the idea of coming together, you know, and putting resources together. Because again, when it comes to a polygamous relationship, you know, more so that's, you know, you like I said, more income, you know, more collective resources, you see. And now you can see it, how a man having multiple women is starting to, not be such a bad idea, right? But again, Leviticus 26 and 26, and when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied. You see, because again, the shit's just only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You see, it's only going to get worse, man. All right, to the point where, hey, and we already seen this more and more, because like I said, these women crying out, making $80,000, $90,000 a year, $100,000 a year, and it's not enough. They're not satisfied. Like I said, man, you got these women out here crying in the car. Little inside joke, but it's not enough. Well, how much more? Hey, because listen, again, that's why the Spirit had me mention with the fact that more and more countries are ditching the dollar. Listen, all those dollars are going to come back to Babylon, man. And when all this shit finally hits at once, hey, it's going to be a shitstorm, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. The stock market, I touched on that a few weeks ago, man, reached the highest peak that it's ever reached. And with that being said, hey, it's going to come the greatest, the biggest drop that we've ever seen, man. It's going to make 2008, all the Great Depressions, it's going to make all that look like a walk in the park. You see, and that's the direction that, hey, man, like I said, that's why I can't help but to laugh, because when this debt bubble, all you can do is inflate it until eventually it just pops. And that's what's getting ready to happen. That's what's getting ready to happen. This shit is getting ready to pop. And this shit is going to blow over, man, 100 times over. This shit's going to blow 100 times over. These people are really getting ready to lose their shit, man. The Lord's really putting a squeeze on this place. But I'm going to read that again in Leviticus 26 and 26. And I don't know if you can hear that, but every time oh damn, someone's balloon, because I walk by this tower, and it sounds like it's about to pop or whatever, but looking at it, someone's balloon got caught up in that thing, and it sounds like this shit is about to blow, but it's whatever. Leviticus 26 and 26 again. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven. You see, because like I said, coming together, as far as men having multiple women, that's not sounding so crazy after all. That don't sound so crazy after all, right? Because to show you how tough times, to show you how the times are getting tough. Times are getting tough. People are having to cut back on expensive. People live, basically a lot of people live above their means, and that's why it's best for us to just be content with what we got. Especially when it comes to these women. People, they want to live above their means. Well, more and more people are having to cut back. They have to cancel those Hulu accounts, the Netflix accounts, and things of that nature, man. Because hyperinflation, man, it's coming. It's coming. The scriptures talk about gold and silver being cast into the streets. Soon this money's not going to mean anything. It's already worthless. Really, the only thing that's keeping it going is the fact that The only thing that's keeping this money going right now, this fiat currency, is people's faith in it. You see, this money is already worthless, you know. But the time is coming more and more, you know, that the purchasing power of this dollar, man. Eventually, we're not going to be able to. It's just going. And I always say, when that time comes, the only thing that the actual physical dollar, man, those greenbacks are going to be worth is wiping our ass and burning fire. You know, that's about it. You see. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. It's going to be rather interesting to see how this plays out. Like I said, I believe the shit could just either collapse completely altogether, and it is cold because it's cold because even during this program, when the banks were being bailed out, you still have banks collapsing, even with the program. So. Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Banks are this shit is just either gonna collapse altogether, or they're gonna print a massive amount of more money, which is just they're gonna print a massive amount of money out of thin air, which is gonna create more inflation. All right, more devaluing of the dollar. You know, and that's how I see it. But just wanted to put this out there real quick. Of course, we just have to wait and see. But Lord willing, us is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.